There are conflicting reports disputing whether UCLA has landed the crown jewel of the transfer portal. Clayton Kershaw pitching in Oklahoma is so big, the Scribes remember Oklahoma exists. And in breaking news, we can actually start taking Angel City FC seriously. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. It's April 17, 2025. It is a surprising winning streak in Oregon. The sun has appeared for 3 consecutive days, and I think that actually corresponds to every Dodger win, so kudos to the sun. If you like being in the know about LA sports, by the way, click the like button. Click the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know it exists. And by all means, comment. Now, a very quick look at the scoreboard. The Dodgers do have a 3-game winning streak. They defeated Colorado 8-7. Meanwhile, today, Calgary is at the Kings at 6:30 in the regular season finale. If the Kings win tonight, they will set a franchise record for the most regular season wins in franchise history. Yet another tiny glimmer of optimism that maybe they'll advance out of the first round. We will see. So, what do you say we get to the news? We have conflicting reports as to whether former Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava has decided to arrive at UCLA. So it's all up in the air. Everybody's saying that they know the story. Nobody knows it has not been proven. None of it. For example, there is a Fox Sports radio host. You know him. He's the guy who's always wearing the dad pants and has a God complex. He called it a done deal. All over. He says it's over. That inspired The Athletic to double check. So, The Athletic said that Iamaleava is expected to go to UCLA, just not a done deal. That would be called walking back the claims of the guy with the dad pants, the God complex. Then ESPN weighs in last. ESPN wrote that there are talks, but the Bruins athletic department isn't just going to cut the check for $4 million, which is what Iamaleava has coveted. Moreover, ESPN is reporting that UCLA told the dude, hey, go ahead, test the market. Either way, we're cool. So we have been talking about this quarterback for damn near a week, right? Asking if it was worth the constant demands that he and his agent and his family and his boys will want more dough. Because you might recall, he was a holdout from Tennessee in the first place. He wanted his pay to almost double to $4 million. So the portal opened Wednesday as if it had ever closed, am I right? The reason that Iamaleava to UCLA became a thing is because he posted a do not contact label. Do not contact. Which presupposes that Iamaleava already had a favored school in mind. According to multiple reports in recent days, it was seen as highly unlikely that Iamaleava would be able to receive the figure that he wanted from any new school. If the Bruins do in fact roll the dice on the guy, you should know this. He did produce results. The Vols last year reached the college football playoffs. He threw for 2,616 yards, 19 touchdowns, and just 5 picks. He would obviously be the starter over Joey Aguilar, a transfer from Appalachian State. But to repeat, the risks are there for the Bruins, because he was the most high-profile player to so brazenly demand more cash. $2 million wasn't enough. Playing in the SEC, where he would be a nationwide celeb, wasn't enough. I mean, the SEC for a time was so powerful, they got a guy who had absolutely no arm in Tim Tebow to the NFL. Now look, maybe Iamaleava gets the $4 million from UCLA. But even if he does, as we asked all week long, what happens next summer? Does he double it then? to 8 for a UCLA program that only halfway fills the Rose Bowl? Even if he doesn't get to the Bruins to a major bowl game, does he stick his hand out yet again? So we don't know. Everybody's claiming they know. We don't. Let me know, of course, what you think. And as I mentioned earlier, the transfer portal officially opened again yesterday. The Bruins lost 2 players. Offensive tackle Marquise Thorpe-Taylor was a 3-star prospect, which kind of stings. But if you want to know the truth, I feel bad for the other guy, Leo Kemp. The only thing I can tell you about Leo Kemp is he's a fullback. And me, I loved football when there was fullbacks. You know? I loved it. Because it meant you were going to line somebody up and punch them in the mouth until they submitted. Where would so many great running backs in the NFL be without a fullback? But in modern football, his position, Leo Kemp is Windows 95 in an iPhone world, right? And I can't claim to know the playbook of new offensive coordinator Tino Sunseri. I do know the last coordinator, Eric Bieniemy, wanted a fullback. And we know how that offense looked with UCLA last year. So ultimately, I would say the fullback position is probably eliminated over at UCLA. Not to be insulting to the guy. Wherever Kemp lands, he's probably going to be a special teamer. So a lot of UCLA news to talk about. Brace yourself for the oncoming hype over Clayton Kershaw's return. If you look to the east toward the Midwest manure pit known as Oklahoma City, there's a tiny little bright light growing ever so larger. Run. It is a runaway train about Clayton Kershaw hype. I love Clayton Kershaw, but run. Run from the hype. Because the hype will not make the timeline go faster. Clayton Kershaw is going to be on the injured list for another month. But all the major media outlets are hyperventilating because the 3-time Cy Young Award winner, a sure first ballot Hall of Famer, a guy just 32 strikeouts away from 3,000. He pitched 3 shutout innings in a rehab start in the minors. Which is cool. 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks. I read 10 articles on it. I don't even know if there were ever 10 articles in the history of Oklahoma City baseball. I read 10 articles alone on Clayton Kershaw. It was more minutia than the Mueller report into the Russia collusion case. Don't get me wrong. Totally awesome to see Kershaw back. But I haven't seen so much hype about anything in Oklahoma since Timothy McVeigh. What the hell? So, again, let's cool our jets. Kershaw can't be back in LA for another month. And what the national media did not report, and frankly, if you're a Dodgers fan, you should be paying more attention to this, it's Tony Gonsolin. Because it's not that Gonsolin will ever win 3 Cy Youngs. It's not that he'll ever be as popular as Kershaw. The dude's only made 1 All-Star game. But Gonsolin's return from Tommy John surgery is a shorter timeline. Gonsolin also pitched a rehab start in Oklahoma City. The Dodgers were hoping for 5 innings. Gonsolin gave them 4. It was a little rocky. He did allow 3 runs. So he's just going to get 1 more start at least. Dave Roberts said when Gonsolin hits 5, he'll get that return to the majors and join the rotation. Which means, by the way, it might be a 6-man rotation, but we don't know just yet. So things are still a little murky. The only thing I can tell you for sure is don't go overboard with Clayton Kershaw hype. He's not coming back for a full month. And as for our Dodgers daily pitching carousel update, Landon Knack was sent back to Oklahoma. That was to make room for Bobby Miller for him to start last night. In breaking news, something that hit my phone as I woke up, ESPN is reporting that Angel City FC has hired former Bayern Munich manager Alexander Strauss as manager. It's a stunning development, absolutely stunning. And this is the first time I can look you in the eye and say maybe Angel City is acting like a club of ambition instead of a vanity project by a pack of Hollywood elitists. So kudos to Angel City. Congratulations. They were the only team in the NWSL that didn't have a manager. Sporting director Mark Parsons said he wanted a manager who was relentless, ruthless, resilient. And this, again, is a massive break in strategy for Angel City FC. Because for all of their 3 years, all we heard about their ambition was this flowery bullcrap about wanting to raise social awareness and positivity in the community. Guys, it's sports. They finally figured it out. The goal of sports is to win, and the one thing Angel City had no idea how to do was how to win a soccer match. So I can't stress enough how much of a step that this is in the right direction. Strauss was the manager of a women's club that is poised to win a third consecutive Frauen-Bundesliga title. Current interim coach Sam Lady will stay on at least until Strauss arrives. It may actually be time to believe in Angel City soccer. Defensive end Lorenzo Cohen, a 3-star recruit, has decided to leave USC. He has entered the transfer portal. Happy trails. The LeBron James Ken Bassiter Barbie doll went on sale in LA, and according to The Athletic, people lined up for 2 days and camped to buy a Barbie doll. I bring it up because I first learned that at 2:36 p.m. yesterday, and my skin hasn't stopped crawling since. Grown-ass men camping outside a toy store for a fashion doll. And I do realize some of them did it so they could flip it on eBay, right? But my dude, 2 days of camping for something that you might flip for, I don't know, $150? 2 days of your life. And they're going to brag about it. They totally are. Yeah, I brought the LeBron James Ken doll, dude. So studly. All it cost me was $75 and my dignity. And then I had to ask my wife not to use it as a marital aid until I see what the eBay market is. Why do people do this, man? Why? But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me, for example, about the odds of Nico Iamaleava coming to UCLA, which appears to be plausible. For that matter, how hyped are you for either Clayton Kershaw and or Tony Gonsolin? And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We talk LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Angels... Faithful Angelenos is a Ken Cordial Queso production. Take care.